Welcome back. With a family in the entertainment industry, my next guest knows what it's like to grow up alongside a celebrity sister. Rachel McCord, a talented and well-known entrepreneur, model, and fashion blogger, also happens to be the sister of Nip Tuck star Anna Lynn McCord. Rachel's here with us to talk about her blog, The McCord List, her dreams, and so much more. Welcome. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, Joanna. I want to hire you as my publicist if you weren't so fabulous and already rocking it. I'm like,
you're
what?
You're so sweet.
I'm like,
oh my
goodness,
goodness,
over here, and you're so happy to be here.
My pleasure. All right. So you grew up with a wonderful celebrity. Well, you actually 3 sisters, right? You're the youngest, and you had some difficulty with depression and feeling low self-esteem, and I can't imagine why low self-esteem. You're so beautiful, but tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so basically right when I was 13, my parents got divorced. My dad moved away, both my sisters left, all within 3 months. I came from a difficult past, and I didn't really know what depression was, but I was just in this funk, and in hindsight, that's exactly what it was. And I think a lot of people struggle and they just don't know it. And it's a big problem, and it's something we have to address.
So what did you do to get out of it, Rachel? How did you help yourself?
Well, it took me a long time, actually. I didn't know what to do, but I was so passionate about figuring it out. So I picked up every self-help book I could find. I was in the library at 14 years old, who is this? Who is this? And then a couple years ago, I discovered Louise Hay, and which we spoke about. I'm a huge fan of hers. I started doing positive affirmations. I did a dream board, and things just started to turn in my life. I had thought, what I'm doing isn't working, so it's time I do something else. And that's when stuff just really turned around. Now I'm married to the man of my dreams. I'm living this fabulous life, and I'm like, you know what? It's time for us to show the world and other girls, you deserve it too, because I didn't feel deserving of fabulous things.
Right, and many girls and many women don't feel deserving and do suffer from low self-esteem. So what would you tell girls? How would you help them move past that to really see how wonderful, how beautiful they truly are?
Yeah, well, I think it's really important to take the time to really look within and see what's holding you back. Because so many times we want to breeze over and just be like, okay, I want to get to feeling good. But there's something that's happening within. Maybe you're being bullied at school. Maybe the friends that you have, they're kind of picking at you in a sweet little way, but it's like the crab bucket. It's like, no, don't be more fabulous than me. And so you have to take the time to figure out what's going on. And then you have to make the commitment to change and to fix it. And it's not going to happen overnight, For me, I realized that it took 30 days once I figured out the right formula. And those were positive affirmations and going forward.
But 30 days, that's not a lot of time, because sometimes it takes people years and years. Now, you started your own business. I talked about you being an entrepreneur. You started your own business at 13. 13?
Yeah, so I started working at 13, and I just knew I needed to create a better life for myself. And then started my first company later on, and what came of the McCord List, which is my company, it's about really inspiring women, millennial ladies, that you can live a fabulous life no matter where you are in the world. You can rock the Hamptons for $50. You can, and I went to the Hamptons and I was like, why am I here? I'm this little girl from Georgia. I don't even know what's happening right now. But then I started working through telling myself, I am deserving. You're deserving. We're all deserving, no matter what you look like, where you live, how much money you have. It's not about that.
And all the messages that you receive, too, that may have told you that you're not deserving.
Totally.
You want to do so much with your company, McCord List. So tell us some of that dream.
Yeah, so my big dream is just to continue to grow and to help more girls. As my husband and I have advanced the McCord List, we've had a bigger and bigger platform to reach more people. So we're doing some really cool makeovers from the inside out to help girls to really achieve that feeling from the inside, because that's where it really starts.
Right, because if you're not feeling it from the inside, it doesn't matter all the beauty, all the makeup, all the glamour. you still look in the mirror and you still don't see that beauty.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about your sister a little bit, Annalyn. She's doing some incredible charity work and organizations. Tell us about that, because that really gets my heart going.
Yeah, so Annalyn's really passionate about putting a stop to sex trafficking, and she's literally goes to Cambodia like 4 or 5 times a year and is supporting 30 girls right now who have been rescued from trade.
Wow.
She's super passionate about it, and my oldest sister Angel is as well. So, you know, me with my events background and party planning and engaging digital influencers, I'm always creating all kinds of events and trying to bring my sisters in and like, okay, let's involve the charity, because that's what matters.
Right.
When you're doing something of the heart, that's really where the meat is, in my opinion.
You know, I always believe that about engaging your heart in some way. That's what gets me going. What else is your vision for your company, for you, for young girls? What would you like to see happen, Rachel?
Well, my big little girl dream is to be able to take the McCord list off a blog platform. Well, add to it actually, and do something a little bit bigger. You know, just to reach more people. I think the reality is so many times we put on national TV and on the networks stuff that makes people feel bad about themselves and makes us feel like we need to compete with one another, and it's not like that. We need to encourage one another and to build each other up, because when one person succeeds, one more person in this entire world is better. It makes the world better by one person when we choose to heal ourselves, and I think that's important.
And I think it's so true, and it's also important, again, it's not about competition, it's about collaboration and cooperation, and you've done that beautifully with your sisters and with everything you're doing.
So have you. I mean, this show is phenomenal. It's a perfect example of being able to use a platform that you've created to change lives. And what in the world would be more important than that?
Well, thank you, and we're both here to change lives. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you, Joanne. Happy to be here.
Still ahead, dealing with trauma and violence are never easy, and the author of A New Sunrise joins us to talk about how he's been able to move on after violent and unthinkable trauma. His story right after the break.